speaking of home run segments, the D.M.D had another one. That's just what she does. She just produces gold everywhere she goes. This woman absolutely kills it. And she said it, bro. She is dialed in. She guarantees she's walking away with the gold at Double or Nothing. It doesn't get more clear than that. I was just beaming. Tonight was a show, and they always at AEW Dynamite. This is just so fun for me to talk about. But this was another show, man. I was just beaming, seeing Pac dominate.
Yeah,
getting to see the D.M.D just absolutely crush it on a promo segment with JR. Very intelligent responses to JR's questions. And I felt like when Britt was laying it all out there, this is one of the things that I think goes on the competition side, on WWE side. They don't do this enough. But when your competitor recognizes, acknowledges, and respects their opponent, but then guarantees that they're going to beat them, it makes the match feel that much better. It's one thing to talk trash or to have but a lot of times they undercut their opponents, and they kind of try to tear down their credibility. Britt made it very clear tonight.
True.
Sheeta has been a great champion. Sheeta has been a dominant champion. Sheeta is really, truthfully, what sparked Britt Baker to become who she is today. Gave Britt that extra edge, showed Britt, even with a broken nose, what she's made of. It made Britt dig down deep and prove to herself, broken nose and all, what she's willing to do to win. And I felt like that has been something that catapulted her, as Britt talked about. That match with Sheeta really changed the trajectory of Britt Baker's career. Right. And I think that we've seen it time and again play out now. Britt has a sadistic side to her. As beautiful and as intelligent and charismatic and funny as Britt is, she has a sadistic side to her where, that match with Thunder Rosa is one that I still feel like set the bar in AEW for violence and brutality. I think that match was harder to get through and harder to watch in some moments, really, than the Blood and Guts match. And I think that was I still get when I think about the thumbtacks, just there's just so much about that. So I felt like Britt really acknowledged and gave respect to Sheeta, but then was quick to say, all that being said, you've made this monster, and now this monster is going to absolutely destroy you. And I thought that was perfectly put. Britt is on fire, as always, in this segment, SPD. I absolutely think she killed it.
It was an absolute home run. I love the setup with JR, good old JR as well. But honestly, it also touched on the parts where we're all thinking, and we've talked about it many, many times, and it's not a knock to Sheeta. She said the travel restrictions and a tough time to do it. So she gave a little props where props were due. Yep. But I love putting the guarantee stamp on it. She deserves it. And it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. It's time. There's no arguing that the D.M.D is the next AEW Women's Champion. And then once she becomes champion, then we could rekindle the fire of what we want to see so bad. Is that feud. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. That would just be pure gold. Once